Lucky Lefty podcast. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great spring break for some kids around the nation. Some going into spring break. We're brought to you by ONORA Whiskey. ONORAWhiskey.com, that premium American whiskey. ONORAWhiskey.com. So, Left, as always, St. Patrick's Day is a huge national holiday.
That's right.
Around the country. The Chicago River has dyed green all weekend.
I saw the video of the boats dropping the dye in the river and all that.
Bro, if you have never, look, let me tell you something. Maybe Boston is more or greater in its celebration with their heavy with their heavy Irish population.
And accents.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know any city that does it like Chicago, bro. Like it is.
Yeah, they definitely don't miss. Every year it's consistent.
When public transportation is free, that lets you know how much liquor is being consumed.
Yeah, right? Like the cops can't arrest everybody.
All weekend.
So we got to give it to them for free because the cops can't take the city to jail now.
Bro, it is insane. I mean, I remember going to the studio on the weekend and walking downtown, and people were lit at like 8 in the morning. It's like 8 in the morning, and people are like on the streets. Streets full of people just lit already.
That's right.
So there's no better day for Notre Dame to capitalize on than St. Patrick's Day, with the connection to the Irish heritage and what Notre Dame represents. So we're going to talk about the pot of gold. And you've had an opportunity. This is what's great about having MALIK ZAIRE. Everybody else has to reach out to recruits. Recruits reach out to him.
That's a fact.
Recruits reach out to him to say,
I got the pot of gold. I got the pot of gold. I said, okay.
To say, yo, what's up? I just want to introduce myself. And I'm sure, same thing probably happens to Mike Goolsby and some other guys.
That's right.
But that's just the special part of being able to don that helmet, especially at the quarterback position at Notre Dame.
Information just comes to you sometimes.
Hey, man. And it's a wonderful thing, man. It's a blessed thing. Apple Podcast, Spotify, audio edibles each and every day. Don't forget the YouTube channel. Subscribe. Smash that thumbs up. It helps us, man. Leave your comments. We respond to all. You guys are great. Even your comments after the show. CFB Nation, patreon.com/Lucky Lefty Network. We're back at it now. Chemistry coming soon. Oscar McBride, his podcast coming soon. I'm excited, Left. Three's Company, what I got, Ken Gibbs. We'll be recording on Wednesday, posting that. The content is about to start rolling in. Home of the Misguided Passion, forever committed to making sure that we spin it different. All right, Left. Pot of gold yesterday. Offers for the 26 class. Some preferred walk-on offers went out for the 25 class as well. What stood out for you, dude? What stands out for you about that day? And shout out and early petty train to all of the clown programs that chose yesterday to clout chase and offer some of the top kids that Notre Dame offered. You could have waited until Monday, but your clowns decided to clout chase and jump on the coattails of Notre Dame in their day and offer the same kids on the same day. You're clowns. But go ahead, Left.
What was my favorite part of what? I'm trying to...
Just the day in general.
Well, the thing I like about St. Patrick's Day and even the Pot of Gold Day, I like that is a commitment to the recruiting process, on a grand level. Notre Dame media is, man, I like the fact that Notre Dame media is taking that next step and has made this an event. And it ties into St. Patty's Day, which is even cooler. And St. Patty's Day is cool only because a lot more Black people are into it these days than I ever saw.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Everybody's dropping this whole I'm 5%, 10%. So we can get in the spirit for just about anything. So best part about the day is the green, obviously. Shout out to Notre Dame. And I do like how they go about, making it feel like it's truly Irish, having a pot of gold day, and these kids respond to it really well, and, capitalizing on the recruiting in different ways. I think it matters a lot. It's unique, and I think the kids respond to it uniquely enough. Especially younger kids, especially the ones that hit me up, super excited because they feel like it's different. It's not just an offer over the phone. It's like, oh, this is a serious commitment that the school is thinking about them. And I just can't help but think that, the next step is just to give them a gold brick. Yeah, just Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory type. Just get an actual gold brick, and you'll seal a lot more commitments than you think.
That gold brick idea, wow, if they actually had gold bricks delivered, that's the man. Talk about NIL. What's the price of gold right now? I'm trying to think. I'm
See, that's the problem. The fact that I don't know is the problem. I need to be knowing this stuff.
Hey, usually you're on top of that type of stuff.
The price of gold, I should know that.
Somebody in the chat, help us out, man. Research for us. What's the price of gold right now? You send a little gold nugget, drop it off at everybody's front door. That's what you call some early unofficial NIL. 2,100 an ounce, Ed 3 says. That works. That works. Lucky Lefty podcast. So, Lev, I agree. I concur with what you said. It is, in my opinion, the only program, and this goes back to Notre Dame's independence, and when independence, when viewed as a weakness by some, can be used as a strength. No one else has a day that is a national holiday that is celebrated universally and globally. No one else has a day that connects with the brand of their school, that lands in the spring, which is the perfect time for early recruiting and early offers. No one else has this set up like this. And for it to be a national day, a global day, in the perfect foundation and the perfect landscape for Notre Dame to roll out their next offers for the next recruiting class as they tie a nice bow on the current recruiting class. It's what makes Notre Dame great, regardless of how they go about it. Some people might think, oh, it's kind of corny, whatever, dude. It's an opportunity for Notre Dame to create its own national recruiting holiday. It is literally Notre Dame's own national recruiting holiday that kids now, especially in the third year of Marcus Freeman as the head coach, look forward to. I can't tell you how many kids I talked to yesterday that flat out said, man, because the kids pretty much know, a lot of them pretty much know that the offer is coming, and they have to keep their mouths closed until the actual day.
Yeah, so they tell them not to say anything, or how does that work?
Well, I mean, coaches make an offer over the phone. They said, we're going to offer. So a lot of these kids have officially been told that they're going to be offered, but they have to wait for the pot of gold to show up to go ahead and go public with it. And, because they've been in contact with the coaching staff. They've been in contact with the coaches. Some kids like Mikael Blade, who I talked to yesterday extensively and talked to last week leading up to it, he was super excited. He already knew he was getting the offer. He was like, I can't wait until Sunday. And then when it happened, he had already been to campus. He was there the same day we were there for the March 7th practice. He was there. He talked about it. I have an article dropping over at IB about his upcoming visit. He'll be coming back to Notre Dame this weekend. And I told him that the record was 6 on Strebic. And I said, yo, do you think you're going to be able to beat that? He said, yeah, I might beat that record. Like, because he might be coming back between March 7th and April 23rd. The game is on not April 23rd, but April 22nd, I believe it's the blue and gold game. My mind is spinning right now, dealing with this cold.
Oh, you got a cold?
Yeah, I'm at the end of it, but he literally might. Yeah, it's the 20. Thank you, Jason Smith. He might be at Notre Dame 3 times within the next, what would that be? 50 days?
Yeah, I think so.
No, less than that. 46, 47 days. So within a 46, 47 day span, Mikael Blade may visit Notre Dame 3 times. So that lets you know the excitement. 3 times.
But I wonder what those 3 times would consist of. Like, what didn't you see the first time that you saw, the second time that you give back for a 3rd time? That's pretty crazy.
Well, that's the same thing people said about Owen Strebic, right? Why is he visiting so much? What else does he need to see? Maybe the kid just likes going to Notre Dame. Maybe he just likes to kick it around other players that he has a feeling is going to commit to the program. Cam and CJ were the same way. They visited a bunch of times. For me, coming off of Notre Dame not having their flag planted in Chicago, like other big-time programs, I see it as a great sign. The Chicago area kids are like, yo, I'm loving what I'm seeing. Now, I know he did say he wanted to get to a padded practice. That's why he's going back this weekend, because the practice that he saw on the 7th wasn't padded. They were in shorts. He wants to see a padded practice. And as a defensive player like him, I like hearing that from the young man.
Yeah, I like the fact that for a place that doesn't get a lot of love in the recruiting space of kids being like, oh, this is Destination Island, to go back 3 times in short amount of days that you were, I think it speaks volumes to the people that are in the building, as opposed to the glitz and glamour of how some of these visits end up turning out.
Yeah. It is amazing that I will say this, Left. The excitement from the kids, Ryan Roberts and we talked to kids leading up to yesterday and on yesterday. The excitement the kids have about the Notre Dame football program right now is absolutely amazing. And for those that have been complaining, what have we been hearing? And Left, you can explain why. Why doesn't Notre Dame go after 5-star players? Why hasn't Notre Dame been able to get 5-star players? Why are they signing 3-star players? Excuse me. Woo! Excuse me, guys. That caught me off guard. I couldn't get to the mute button. Notre Dame went big fish hunting yesterday. A lot of 4 stars that are going to become 5 stars, a lot of top 50 talent that got offers from Notre Dame that are excited about the offer. Notre Dame went big fish hunting yesterday.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, this is the first class where it's like, okay, now, see, this point, they have to win this year, bro. Now, you cannot lose to Texas A&M. You
can't lose. It's just we're too far ahead in a program standpoint to just lose to a team that's trying to put it all together. Like, yeah, we understand that Texas A&M can bring some good recruits. We understand that it's been a solidly decent program the last few years. But at the end of the day, where we are and what we're doing on the recruiting side, where we are on the program side, the coaching staff, the things that are coming together, the retention that we don't have a bunch of guys transferring out of the program. If anything, guys are finding new positions in the program. Shout out Devin Ford. So that shows that there's a commitment to what is Notre Dame's offering as a football program, but also the fact that we're at a good level where all the NIL and transfers have been affecting universities on a mass scale. We didn't have to necessarily buy our roster like Texas A&M experience, like Ohio State is currently doing, and we're not getting surprised by anything because we're at the meetings with things are being decided. So things aren't flying over our heads; they're going straight through us, which is a program that seems in control of their own destiny. Shout out to Elko and everything that he's got going on. But right now, Notre Dame should be in the category of the top 3% of programs, and that's why the game in Texas A&M shouldn't be something that it should be close. This should be something we should go in there and take advantage of, but also know that this is an opportunity for us to be on the grand stage, first game of the year, and establish that we're here in college football.
And you have to be happy, man. I think you can point to this. There's something to be said for building a foundation, especially in recruiting. Because people, when they get changed, immediately they just want the coach to come in and just go after, which, look, Marcus Freeman handpicked certain guys to go after, right? He went after Keon Keeley, had him in the class. He went after Peyton Bowen, had him in the class. So you have to do that. I think he definitely set the table early and put Georgia, Alabama, big-time programs on notice like, yo, this isn't going to be the Notre Dame you're used to. We're not avoiding making offers to top kids. And he did that. But he handpicked guys, built relationship with guys. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to hold on to them. As you proceed, you see more and more with each class, they're going after bigger fish. And in 25, we have talked about how the class of 25, with 17 commitments, ranked number 1 on a lot of platforms right now. If Notre Dame can not only hold on, but add to that class, it's going to be Notre Dame's best class under Marcus Freeman and probably most impactful class. Now, you add that to what is seemingly full support from the administration, everybody pulling in the same direction, Marcus Freeman being confident with his chest out after that first practice at the press conference, beaming with confidence during the practice, loving what he saw, Mike Denbrock telling the players after big plays, what are y'all celebrating for? That's what we do. Get back to the huddle. Next play, tempo. There's a mindset being established. And now big fish hunting in the 26 class to double up on what could be the best class in the 25 class. Now you're starting to see, oh, man, the plan that Marcus Freeman had, that he had patience with, could actually start coming into fruition in every area of the program. And that's what this day, the excitement surrounding this day with the sophomores. Because remember, these young men have not matriculated to their junior years yet. They're still in their second semesters of their sophomore year academically. So we're talking about the nation's best sophomores being super excited because of the groundwork that Notre Dame has laid under Marcus Freeman. That right, and they've done it without winning big.
Yeah.
They haven't won big yet. And this type of excitement for it to exist yesterday with these sophomores, you have to tip your cap to the job that Marcus Freeman and the staff with Chad Bowden and Dre Brown and the rest of the supporting staff have done.
Yeah, and the fact that these guys want to stick around. All these guys had opportunities to go different places, but for them to stick around and still do what they do best just shows that they're committed and bought into the program Marcus Freeman is trying to build as well. Because I'm sure guys are getting calls all over the time. All over the time. Come join this. Come do this. We notice you doing that. And then for them to say, no, I'm good. Notre Dame's the place to be. Like Denbrock just won a Heisman. Where do you see that at? Offensive coordinator at a school wins a Heisman. The next year leaves to a lateral position. and then it tells you they left because it's Notre Dame. That was the reason. He said it's Notre Dame called. Yeah, I know LSU and all that, but Notre Dame called, and I have to go respond. So love what we're doing, and it's only getting better because when you start adding these wins, when you start putting these playoff wins behind all of this, that's where you start creating a dynasty.
Lucky Lefty podcast. So what did you hear from the kids that you talked to, Left?
So Zach Giles and what's his name? Sorry. Zion Legree got an offer from Notre Dame. He's a really good prospect out of Florida. My guy has him on a 7-on-7 team and was telling me how excited he was getting that offer because at the end of the day, Notre Dame is a top 5 offer in the country right now. That Notre Dame having a Notre Dame offer is that stamp you need to know that you're an elite player in college football. And for a guy like Zion Legree to get that pot of gold, shout out, as well as young guys, a couple of young guys out here in California, top prospects in a lineman and a corner, I think, Zach and Giles, for them to get some offers too, it just shows that they're excited because at the end of the day, this is all about having that brand, right? Kids are very focused on brand attention, and Notre Dame being a part of that, even on the offer level, you can't get much better. So it puts you in a different category, a different space. These are committable offers. Sometimes Notre Dame, and just like every other college, they'll have 40 or so plus offers out there, and then they'll tell you, okay, we can't take you right now. But when you get that pot of gold, these are committable offers where if they committed, Coach Freeman will be gladly willing to accept, and there's intentionality behind it. And so that's what the kids like. The pot of gold, it has intentionality. It's not a pot of gold that you can get anywhere else. But if you get it from Notre Dame, you're in good lighting. That's why I say, oh yeah, this is the next thing is just to give them a gold brick. To make it the physical thing, just have your name engraved in a gold brick. This is your offer. I mean, only Notre Dame can do that because one, we can't afford it. But it's one of those things too that these kids see the importance of where Notre Dame's heading, as opposed to the perception of, oh, it's just another offer. This is serious. So that's what I love to see.
Left. 18 offers in the state of California, Left.
Yeah.
18. Notre Dame went full blast into California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia, bro. Like this year, unlike any other, it was a full-on assault into the abundant harvest of those states when it comes to high school talent. That lets you know where Notre Dame is in a mindset within their program. They are in attack mode. They seem like they're in attack mode offensively and defensively on the field. Like the full mindset. Notre Dame has seemed to be a very reactive catch.
Denbrock has a huge pipeline in California because he recruits receivers out of here. And so I'm sure that the increase in the uptick of recruiting out in California has been because of Denbrock and those pathways that he's had, and even in Louisiana, I'm sure. But I think that, yes, we're not running from any smoke. These are the hotbeds, the hot areas that we may not have focused on in the past. But because we're in these areas now, it's giving us that credit. Yeah, Chicago's a hotbed. We've seen Miami, we've seen Ohio State, Michigan try to run in there. But now we're truly sticking to being a nationwide recruiting service by having offers in the areas where they don't think that we can be active in. I mean, we just pulled a Rico Flores out of California, even though he didn't stay, but to even have that type of success out there, it just shows that Notre Dame is making headways, and all those trips that Marcus Freeman is taking, He's leaving a trail behind that he can come back to. He's leaving them breadcrumbs all around the country, and kids is biting on him. And now he's able to freely go back where he's not intimidated to go to IMG now. He's like, oh, I've been here a couple times. No, we good. I know where to go. You don't got to show me where to go. I know who I'm looking for. I haven't talked to him on the phone. FaceTime his mom. I'm not unfamiliar how other schools would think we were in the past. But we'll be like, oh, we're not even gonna try. No, now Georgia and in Florida and them schools down there are like, did Notre Dame stop by yet? Because we're trying to make sure we get there before.
Mm-hmm.
They calling up to the school. Is Notre Dame there today? Because we only want to, come on the same day. We won't get the same attention. We need to know have they been to your area? Because I heard they've been flying all around making plays. We got to see, how that shakes out. So I love that Marcus Freeman is putting his hat in the game, skin in the game, and got other college football programs a little worried. Because you got to think about it. Other college football programs got to bring something different when they're offering these kids. They got to bring NIL collective. They got to do these handshakes and these backward ways of recruiting, where we're just making our face known, being seen, and really having a good plan for kids that, can see past just that initially getting into school. I think the good thing that we've done is that the guys we have committed, they all speak the same. Oh, I'm gonna worry about that when I play well. Oh, I'm gonna get in there and then we're gonna, worry about getting right first and then things come after. So we got some really level-headed guys, which is hard these days apparently to recruit, but to have that on a buy-in level that Marcus Freeman has, it shows that the NIL may be important. But committing to the process and to the program and buying into what Marcus Freeman is building has been proven to be even more weighted in these kids' decisions than just getting a bag to come to school.
Lucky Lefty podcast. So that right there is our overview of what was a great day in recruiting for Notre Dame. And we come back, Left, we'll get to some of the kids and position groups that we really like in this 26 class, because we've looked at and broken down film on every quarterback that got an offer yesterday. And as we said on Thursday show, Left, we really don't even care. This is the first time I can honestly say the 8 quarterbacks that are on this scholarship list that got an offer or a pot of gold, I'll take any of the 8. Because it means Notre Dame is actually embracing development and coaching at the quarterback position. We'll talk about it next. Lucky Lefty Podcast, YouTube. Subscribe, share, make sure you hit the like button. We'll be back on the other side.
What's up, family? The merch shop is finally here. Lucky Lefty Network merch shop. We got it all. From the shirts to the hoodies to the hats to the nitty gritties. Come here right now. Shop with us. Come get the swag, because if anything else, we spin it different. You see the gritty. You see how we get down. It's elite.
Back, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Your boy SD2 Mics and your guy, the original Lucky Lefty, MALIK ZAIRE. Let's get into the quarterbacks in this 26 class. The pot of gold offers that went out on yesterday from the University of Notre Dame. Shout out to Chad Bowden, Dre Brown, the rest of the recruiting staff, analysts, everybody, and the support staff that made yesterday the incredible day that it was. Incredible job, incredible impact. And from what we heard, the sophomores around the nation, man, even the top guys. I'm not even talking about, I'm talking about, I got tired of posting on the message board 4-star, 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 4-star. That's all we've been hearing about Notre Dame. Like, why did it 4-star, 5-star, 4-star? And then today, the day after, the clout chasing. Here comes national platforms the day after, all of a sudden wanting to announce their top 25 players or their 5 stars on their platform that just happen to be players that Notre Dame, sent a pot of gold to. It's funny how everybody tries to dog Notre Dame and talk about what they need to do. You need to join the conference, but everybody else finds the time to clout chase Notre Dame because they know the attention and the eyes that are laid on Notre Dame. Yeah. It's amazing how that works, Lev.
Yeah.
Like, we need to come join you, but you're constantly clout chasing us and riding our coattails on everything we do because money and attention comes with it.
That's right. It's the crown, the heavy head that wears the crown. Clearly, there's something about us that attracts all these people to continue to involve us in their affairs, and yet at the same time act as if what we're doing isn't the trend setting and wave that they want to be on. So it's almost like a jealousy thing. It's love and hate at the same time. And we appreciate it because that's why we're green. We know we accept the envy, but we always accept that greed too. Them green backs.
So Noah Grubbs, Brady Hart, Ryder Lyons, Jared Curtis, Troy Hume, Brady Schmiegel. That's 3 quarterbacks, just in 3 quarterbacks from California, 2 from Florida, and 1 from Tennessee left.
That's right.
So we know who you prefer, but out of those 6 that I just named, who would you put at the top of the list?
Oh my goodness, it's a tough question.
Yeah, I know, Left, because it's really I don't care who. You know what? Let me just go over these once again. Noah Grubbs, Brady Hart, Ryder Lyons, Jared Curtis, Troy Hume, Brady Schmiegel, and the great thing about this is what I love. No more of that 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet with roller skates on at Notre Dame in the quarterback room. 6'4", 6'4 and a half, 6'2", 6'3", 6'3 and a half, 6'4. There you go.
Because we watched Brady Schmiegel, right?
Oh, we watched all of them. Yeah.
What I liked about Brady Schmiegel, one, that's the kid I was telling you about that plays in the conference when I was in California that's really good. And so I've seen him in person. I think that I like what he brings to the table. He's from California, and the fact that he's got all the intangibles, and his size in high school is ready to play right now. So this goes back to Marcus Freeman, bringing in guys that, they can develop, but they're also ready to play out the box too. So that's exciting when you get to thinking about these guys that can be freshman All-Americans, these guys that can have impacts early. So Brady Schmiegel, to me, fits that, that respect of, we're going for big fish. Guy that's got a lot of attention, a lot of different places. The fact that he's in California, that always holds a perspective that he doesn't want to leave the West Coast. But, to put our hat in the bucket shows that, we can turn that into something. We got Gino Gaduli. Gino Gaduli's recruiting kids that look just like him, about 6'4", 200 plus, doing the damn thing. So Brady Schmiegel will be on the top of my list. I just like his mechanics. I like the fact that he can put the ball just about anywhere he wants, and the fact that he wins. He wins in high school. So that translates always for me at the next level. Ryder Lyons, we saw that's who they went to go see.
Well, they saw him and Schmiegel up close in person.
Yeah, that's the one they went to go see in the video when he was throwing in person. So I think will be number 2 for me, because obviously if they bringing out the whole staff to watch you, they like something about you. And so from watching his tape, we saw that he has some good feet. He's able to be athletic when he needs to be, and there's a reason why he's one of the top QBs in the country. Also with that, another kid that has the size. Another kid that has the size that can fit in a day one scenario. And I think that's going to help when it talks about making the competition in the room stronger. There's no guy under 6'2" that we've offered at quarterbacks, which is amazing to think, because I couldn't even get there anymore. I would have to be no one quarterback in the class or something, but it's showing that we're making physical changes, but also changes within the program that can be talked about and shown. So super excited about that. I don't know how excited I am about Brady Hart, only because he's homeschooled. So, I don't know how that fits in, but those are my two right now. I really like Brady Schmigel and Brady Hart. Maybe we need a California kid in that room just to balance out the geographical locations of our quarterbacks. Because right now we love going to North Carolina to get all our quarterbacks. I don't know what it is about North Carolina, but the last 2 years we've seen the think that we've hit the jackpot down there.
Ryder Lyons, like you said, is the shortest at 6'2". The staff went and saw him throw. Brady Hart is picking up steam, picking up a lot of buzz. We watched Jared Curtis on Thursday and broke down his film, or you broke down his film. For somebody to be 6'5", 220 as a sophomore in high school, bro, I don't know what they're feeding these kids, bro.
It's these weight programs, man. These kids
And
really.
groceries are expensive than a mug. What are these kids eating nowadays, bro? He's a sophomore, man.
And you know
and
what's
plays
crazy?
like
Because
Big Ben.
it's because these kids are taking it as professionals since they're 8. They done seen how it's translated for a lot of these guys. So it's like, I need to be serious right now. Like some of them don't even play other sports like we did growing up. You know, we were playing whatever was in season. Now these kids are training like they're pros. Every kid got a weightlifting program, a trainer on the side, this or that. So for me, I think what's crazy is that these kids can you keep that up for 20 years? They don't know what being burnt out is like. You know, they don't know, which is good. Maybe they've developed great habits, but I mean, they're making kids more and more ready. And I think it obviously plays into the fact that you got these NILs and you got all these different amenities and what it means to be a ranked player in high school nowadays. Kind of like how basketball is. You'll know you're going to the NBA in 6th grade. Like, if you're not a superstar in 6th grade basketball right now,
Facts.
you're not going to the NBA. Like, they already got drafted projections for kids in 8th grade. So it's like that has stemmed this whole culture of being these workout warriors that, are super recruited and super trained going in, which I think it hurts from the sense of versatility and also that mental. I mean, you training in a certain way for so long, and if something bad that happens, you're screwed. You don't have an adjustment level in there for you because it's like you've been number one your whole life because you've just outworked people. But when you get to a certain point in college, it ain't always about outworking somebody. You got to get to the right place, right time, right fit. You got to be able to get lucky in a sense where your coaches don't leave, right? So there's so many different factors that I don't think kids realize how sticky it gets once you get past the high school level, because it's not about being the best necessarily. And I think mentally it hurts a lot of kids going into it because they 6'4", 211 right now, and then they try to get into college and they're like, well, we just got this transfer. You damn near got to go to JUCO for a year just to be a part of that pool. So being the elite top 1% is very important at a way earlier age than it was for me. I think I was probably a couple of the last classes that can naturally get into that mode. But, in today's world, if you're not having a trainer, if you're not in the right circles, the damn near the right schools, it's a long hill battle to just get to the NFL, get to the top, or get to these top college programs. But also the benefit too is that it's pushing the competition. These kids are ready to play first day, second day, 2 years. Jeremiah Love coming in, we knew he had to play.
Yeah.
He was like, Audrey been there about 4 years. It was like, Audrey, he's 12. He got to get in, bro. He just got to. Keidron Young, he's got to get in, bro. Devin Ford, we got to move you around because this kid's got to play. It's just what it is. And I think with that, it's made it a lot more trickier to recruit. But the expectation level of these recruits that are high powered, high level is a managing process that's made it hard for retention in a lot of cases. You know, these kids have 57 offers and come to one school. It don't go exactly how you want. You got 56 offers left. You know, so
Yeah.
you trying to, you know, develop the right way and keep kids in the right mindset.
Running back and wide receiver positions left. The regional reach. I want you to check this out, right? Because multi offers in the states of Florida, Georgia, and Texas at the running back position, right? Which lines up. But once again, coming off of Jeremiah Love, coming off of Aeneas Williams, they go right back for Zephyr Walker out of Missouri. Ray Pio, high school, 5'10", 180. And once again, you look at the dynamics and the profile of these running backs, and they all fit the same profile. They're all between 5'10", 5'11", ranging up to 202 down to 185 pounds. Speedy, can get out into the passing game as well. Some a little bit more powerful. We'll get into the running backs tomorrow when we break down the film, because we're going to use each day to break down certain positions and certain players and break down that film to see who we really like. But the running back position, they're really focused on certain areas: Missouri, Florida, Georgia, Texas. You go to wide receivers, man, it's really fertile out in California this year.
Yeah,
six offers to 6 receivers in the state of California left.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is because, one, we have the pathway to get over there, and two, you know, we've seen success of kids that can train all year round. I mean, essentially, you know, you're not going to find too many Midwest kids with the ability to train as often as some of these kids that, you know, play 7-on-7 every day. And that talent that we want to cultivate, we definitely want to continue to bring on, because it's had some success with us in the short time that it has. So for us to be offering that many people that far away shows that we believe we can get some of them. That's the other thing. It'd be one thing to just throw an offer out there just to say it. We're throwing offers out there with guys we're expecting to get. So shout out to Marcus Freeman for making this a program where they have to respect us. People respect the Notre Dame offer. It goes a long way. And that offer is a top 3 offer in the country right now. Name a better offer than Notre Dame right now. With all things included. You can't name 3 beyond that. I would say it'd be Notre Dame, Ohio State,
we have to wait and see. We have to wait. I mean, Alabama. I mean, Georgia.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Georgia, us, Ohio State.
Alabama, pre-Nate, pre-Saban. We have to see what Kalen DeBoer.
You don't know about. We can't just outright give it to him. Now it's about what have you done for me lately. We don't know.
Michigan offers pretty good right now.
Solid, but we also have to figure out if that's going to be solid because of their new head coach. That's what I'm saying. And Clemson is off right now. So the 3 best offers you can get as a football player right now is Notre Dame, Georgia, Ohio State. That you can just think of off the top of your head. You can maybe throw in a Michigan, maybe throw in an Oregon, maybe throw in a Texas.
Yeah.
But other than those 3 schools, or 2 schools, you can't find a better offer in the country than what Notre Dame is giving right now. So I think for us, that is the true pot of gold in the college football landscape. You're not thinking LSU. LSU's main guy came to us. So Bryce Underwood, the number 1 quarterback in 25, he had the number 1 receiver go with him. They lose their OC. You know what I mean? I'm sure Coach Kelly gonna put things together, but he losing to Denbrock and he knows it. He ain't losing to OC. He's losing to Denbrock. And Coach Kelly knows it. So in thinking about us, I mean, we're in the prime position, man. I think we'll make more headway in Chicago. Because you telling me a Miami offer means more than Chicago? I mean, means more than Notre Dame right now? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me a Florida State offer means more than Notre Dame offer right now? I don't think so. Penn State, you don't even hear about them during the recruiting cycles. So I think that the positioning of where we are makes us able to go out and throw 6 offers in California, throw 6 offers in Georgia, throw 6 offers in Florida, because they're the heaviest weighted. You know about those 6 kids that we offered. These not kids that we getting under the radar. No, these are the best 6 kids in the state. We offering the best. And that's how we're gonna have to operate. That's why there's no way Texas A&M has any chance outside looking in that they can do anything with us right now.
They shouldn't. Lucky Lefty podcast. We appreciate our boy Roosevelt for always jumping in. He also follows me on Facebook. He's a good dude. Huge Miami Hurricane fan. You know, trying to, throw in Justin Scott stuff. When Mario Cristobal gets above 500 in Miami, let me know.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 12-13 in 2 seasons. Marcus Freeman, who never had any head coaching experience.
And got a better record than that.
Yes.
And we lost to Marshall.
Yes.
We lost to
Yes. Learning on the job.
Learning on the
This
job.
dude came from Oregon to Miami and it's below 500.
That's right.
All I know is nothing better happened to my Chicago boy while he's down there. I know that.
Yeah,
I know that. As long as him and Marquise make it to the league, that's all I care about. That's it. Hope you guys are above 500 this year.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for you.
We're hoping for you.
We're hoping for you that you get above.
Our prayers are that you get above 500 this year.
Get above average, and we
in the woeful ACC.
No.
The woeful ACC.
The basketball football league.
Yes. Yes.
The basketball football.
Matter of fact, wait a minute. Did Jim Larinaga and the crew, did they make the tournament? Did Miami make the tournament after being
picked? They was Elite 8 last year.
It's a top 3 team. I'm being petty. Let me stop.
They was in Elite 8 last year. No, Final 4, wasn't it? Or something.
Yeah.
It's hard to be consistent out here, man.
I know, because he'll probably come back. Well, Notre Dame's men. Well, Notre Dame's men weren't expected to do anything. Miami's men were.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We wasn't expected to do anything and made headway. We made headlines, got a player freshman of the year. Two of them, men and women's.
Yeah.
Come on now. Record breaker, Don Staley Award winner, by the way. Hidalgo. And then Marcus Burton, ACC player, freshman of the year, and an All-American potentially. Come on, man. And we're just a team that just starting out.
Yeah.
So what I tell you about our recruiting?
Since the door was open,
basketball at Notre Dame in the ACC. What are you talking about?
Yes. Since he opened the door, I'll just walk through it. I was going to mention this. I just want to, because I forever rep Chicago. Shout out 102 points in 3 games. Big Ten tournament MVP.
That's right.
First team all Big Ten tournament.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Chicago's own Terrence Shannon Jr. I'm just saying. Averaged 34 points in the tournament. That's all I'm saying. I told you, we produce one thing I know we produce. We don't produce some hoopers every year. Chicago's gonna have the most hoopers in the big dance. Every year we have the most hoopers in the big dance. Every year. It's a tradition. It's a tradition unlike any other.
It's a tradition.
It's a tradition unlike any other. That's what we do. Mild sauce, wings, and hoopers. That's Chicago.
Now it's a disservice that Harold's is doing on the West Coast. Yeah, I don't know if they didn't bring all the good spices and all that over, but when you cross past Chicago, you start getting these Harold's out here on the West Coast. It's something to ask. It's a question to ask. What happened? It's a clear difference out here. I want to know.
That's what happens when you franchise.
Okay.
That's what happens when you franchise. You do it for
the oil ain't the same over here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's less anointed on the West Coast. But it is what it is. Lucky Lefty podcast. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball left where, pass rushing is something you've been asking for, and it is in abundance. Starting with Mikael Blade out of Country Club Hills, Illinois, Brandon Jones from Mount Carmel High School in Chicago, Illinois. The flag is planted locally, and it's planted on the defensive side of the ball, just starting with those two guys. They're going after pass rushing and playmaking ability on the defensive line, and it's something you've been asking for, Left, for the last 2 years from Notre Dame in recruiting.
Oh yeah, from big dudes, yes, we need heavyweights in the front line of defense, because our third line of defense is all-star. But if the third line of defense is all-star, what's our two main line of defense is looking like? And to put a giant load up front, it gives teams problems. Clemson's best year was when they had 4 All-American D linemen. It doesn't even matter what they do in the back end. It doesn't even matter. If you can't do nothing with those first 4 up front, then, you can do so many different things. And that's how Brett Venables got the job at Oklahoma.
You're right. Defensively, it's a little bit different. Offensive recruiting, and maybe you can explain this. Offensive recruiting is a little bit more regional. You can really consolidate it to Florida, Texas, California, with a sprinkle of Missouri, Illinois, and a few other areas. But those are the 3 main states. Defensively, Notre Dame went all over the country, bro. I mean, you were talking about North Carolina, Alabama, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, Indiana. The defensive offers are more widespread, and they're spanning the globe, as they used to say on the Worldwide of Sports Open, to find the most impactful players, especially in that front 7, and the different types of linebackers that they're going out after, whether it's stat guys, viper guys, versatility guys at the linebacker position. Once again, we're starting to see a plan, and Max Bullock, who is pretty much taking over evaluation or more evaluation of the linebacker position. Once again, the types, the coach, who they are, how they play, plays to how they see the game, and the type of guys they want in their defense to line up with how Al Golden is going to be ultra aggressive. You have to love the offers that went out yesterday defensively for Notre Dame.
Yeah, because we're getting the right mix of guys. Because the linebacker position, I think, is going to be the telltale sign of a Marcus Freeman program, in my opinion. How we recruit that position, who we get to develop out of that linebacker room, who we can get from start to finish, freshman, all of that is, in my opinion, the health of the program is decided by the linebacker room, because the attention to detail has been added towards that, and it can be the difference of what makes the team a top 5 team or top 25 team. And the identity of the team is through the linebackers. You heard it from Max Bullock. You done heard it from Marcus Freeman. You done seen Al Golden have such a huge responsibilities for those guys at the linebacker room. Now you turn up the talent in that room. Now we're going to see, exactly what Marcus Freeman has been waiting on for those couple years that we felt like he may have been holding back a little bit, maybe, to where the dominance takes place. Because it's only going to trickle on to the offense, because we got Denbrock and what he's doing, and we're getting right on that aspect. We got the physical side of the offense, but we now getting the playmaking side with Denbrock coming in with quarterbacks, this, that, and the third. And I'm excited to see how it can matriculate, because I'm telling you, these are the things that's going to help us get to that next level. And I fully believe that with Marcus Freeman at this current time in college football, he's putting Notre Dame in the perfect position.
I just love the fact that we're seeing a lot of speed and athleticism and top talent. I don't think I've saw, and I'm still watching film. It's not too many guys that aren't considered already 4 stars. There are some guys that still are on the radar and on the come.
No more Rudies. It's less and less Rudies every year now.
But you know how it is, bro. When your profile, when you start looking better, you start dressing better. You know how it is, bro. You going through college, you might not talk to the top-notch girls because you're studying, you know,
your swag ain't there.
Your swag is not there. Then you get that good corporate job.
Yeah.
Starts going. You start going to the right spots.
You're not shooting for the stars just yet.
No, man. And all of a sudden, you know, you might pull one or two. And then, but you got to watch your head, because when you pull 1 or 2, now you might think
you somewhere you're not really.
Yeah, you never forget your humble beginnings. You know what I mean? It's easy for life to pull the rug from up under you, bruh. And now you're looking up at the ceiling.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame is at that point where, you know, they're starting to pull a few guys.
And we don't have to necessarily chase as much as we've had in the past, guys.
And we've had to chase, but they've had to chase, recruit, and rebuild the foundation and the narrative surrounding Notre Dame recruiting-wise.
That's right.
Now the foundation is laid. The excitement is there, right? Now you have to win. More than any season, Marcus Freeman, impactful recruiting or impact on recruiting is always about on the field, but it's paramount. I cannot explain national TV August before most of the big time programs even get started. You are the big game in College Station. You are the big game in August. Put on a show. Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame, put on a show. Everybody's watching. Put on a show. And if you put on a show, watch the dominoes fall. Lucky Lefty podcast. Left, we're about to get out of here, man. Real quick. I'm not even going to play the music, man. Look, because I got to go. Real quick. Chicago Bears. Bears media. Stop embarrassing us. Stop. The fact that Justin Fields vetoed and people trying to turn this into the Bears did right by Justin Fields. The Bears didn't do right by Justin Fields. The NFL put the Bears in position that you're not about to control the draft or control what you get. Collusion, I don't know if I'll go that far, right? I just think most organizations are dumb when it comes to quarterback position. That's why the Falcons gave all that money to Kirk Cousins coming off a torn Achilles and said no to the MVP of the league. But I'll digress. Bears media coming to the defense of the Bears like they've done such a great thing. Really? Haven't we seen this script before? Because it's amazing how you can say we gave Justin Fields 2 years to prove himself. When the same time he had 2 years to prove himself, the head coach has the same win-loss record as Justin Fields. But he's good enough to win, and Justin Fields isn't good enough to win. So now you bring Caleb Williams into a situation where he has a really bad defensive head coach. You just put a whole bunch of talent around him. We're going to put talent around him, and things are going to get better. Haven't we seen that before? Didn't that happen with Jay Cutler? Wasn't Jay Cutler supposed to be the answer? With Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall, we're going to get him 2 great receivers. We're going to give him an offensive line and a running game. He's going to be the answer. Like, don't look over here. Just ignore the fact that we're a horrible organization. Mom and pop store, the way we do business. Just forget that. We're just going to do this and make you believe things have changed. We're going to get the smoke screen of this new facility, this new stadium on the lakefront we're going to build that we're not even going to own. We're going to build a stadium that the city of Chicago is going to own.
So y'all gonna be competing with lacrosse to get your
Look,
games in
man,
there.
look, Bears fans, stop. The Justin Fields, Caleb Williams back and forth was created by the Bears to take the attention off of them. Stop. It doesn't matter if it's Justin Fields, doesn't matter if it's Caleb Williams. This comes down to whether or not the Bears are ready to actually become grown-ups in the business world. And this guy right here is not fooled by the smoke screen. Getting the same old Bears, man. And I feel bad for Caleb Williams, plain and simple.
So you saying that it's a done deal? Caleb Williams is coming, and it's a setup.
Dude,
Even
Caleb
with Keenan Allen,
even whatever quarterback they have. Someone actually said this yesterday. Someone had the audacity to say something this dumb on Facebook. We got to stop saying the Bears don't develop quarterbacks. It's not their fault that Mitch Trubisky was bad. What? That's the type of fan base they've developed, dude. That's left. I gotta get out of here, bro. We'll come back later tonight. We're gonna do quarterbacks later tonight. We're gonna do quarterbacks later tonight. We're gonna start with film on quarterbacks. We'll get to running backs tomorrow, wide receivers the next day. We got you covered. Defense, we're doing this all the next 2 weeks, right? And then we'll have a practice report this weekend and a pro day report. Lucky Lefty podcast. For Left, SD2 mics, man. Make sure you spin it different today.